years ago, the state legislature gave the green light to create Delaware Technical Community College. And since then, Delaware Tech has provided tens of thousands of people access to an affordable and high-quality education and graduated more than 48,000 people. Here with us today is Dr. Mark Brainard. Hi, President of Delaware Tech. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
You know, college tuition is sort of a hot topic in the news. A lot of students graduating with hundreds of thousands of dollars of tuition in debt.
Right.
And so, have you seen an uptick in enrollment in community at Delaware Tech and in community colleges across the board as a result of that?
Well, nationally, there's been a flattening of enrollment, and in fact, some community colleges have had enrollment go down. And over the last couple of years, we've actually ticked down a little bit, but what you have to remember is we've also been awarding more associate degrees since 2011. During the past 5 years, there's been a real emphasis by everyone on our team to give students the support they need to graduate and complete. So when all those programs go into effect, we start graduating more students, which means our enrollment will flatten out. But to your point, this year our enrollment is up around 4%.
Okay.
So that's a good news item. People are seeing the value in community college. It's affordable, it's accessible. And last year, almost 70% of our graduates graduated debt-free.
Wow.
So
that's a big deal.
It is a big deal for Delaware families to get a head start on that.
So is there a program, we were talking about it, a seed scholarship program.
Right.
Tell me about that.
Well, in 2005, Senator McDowell and the General Assembly led with Governor Minner the implementation of the seed scholarship program. And it essentially said that any graduate of any Delaware high school who comes out with a 2.5 GPA, stayed out of trouble, did not have a criminal record, can go to Delaware Tech or the University of Delaware and get an associate's degree for free. That was 2005. It's been 11 years now that the program's been in effect, and it's great because, as you know, President Obama came out a year or so ago and talked about the whole idea of free community college nationally, and in Delaware, over 7,000 students have already benefited from the seed scholarship program through some direct benefit, and they're out in the workplace or pursuing a higher degree thanks to the seed scholarship program.
It's a great resource.
Yes.
You know, part of why you're here is the 50th anniversary of Delaware Tech. So what do you think the college has done right for it to have hit this 50-year milestone?
Community colleges were created to provide a high-quality workforce for local business, industry, and employers. Basically to meet the need that other four-year traditional research-based universities weren't meeting. And during the mid-'60s, when Delaware Tech was created, the logo was a job for every graduate and a graduate for every job. And it was really this workforce issue that was the primary mission of the community college. And when you talk to folks from other states, one of the things that they say about Delaware Tech is we have remained focused on that mission like a laser. And if you talk to any one of our faculty or administrators or staff, they know that our job is to connect Delawareans with jobs. And our programs remain focused on that, credit and non-credit. We are highly engaged with the business community. We listen, we learn, and then we adapt and try to stay not only in touch with their needs, but anticipate their needs and provide the workforce that they're going to need.
So there are ongoing conversations with experts in the industry about what they need and where you can...
Ongoing. Every single one of our programs, we have over 100 programs college-wide. Every single one of our credit programs and many of our non-credit programs have advisory committees. And the advisory committees are comprised of experts in the field, the businesses and the higher ed experts that really need to tell us what our graduates need to know and what they need to be able to do when they graduate. So to say that we have a relationship with the business community kind of understates it. We have an ongoing conversation with the business community so that we really know what our graduates need to be able to do when they graduate and go work for our local companies.
And that being said, you know, there are a lot of new initiatives underway at Delaware Tech, one of them being that Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree.
Correct.
Tell me about that, because that is kind of a big deal as well.
That's a huge deal, and it's a perfect example of how this ongoing conversation with employers in that sector dictated what we did and how we responded to that. You know, we've been getting indications from the acute care facilities in Delaware, the hospitals, that the bachelor's degree in nursing is becoming a preferred credential.
Right.
And many of the large hospitals are now magnet hospitals, and that was a way to designate hospitals that really focused on improving patient outcomes. And one of the requirements of being a magnet hospital is that 80% of their direct care nurses and managers have to have a BSN credential.
Right.
So while there's no stated preference for a BSN in Delaware, and there hasn't been, what happens is when certain departments are lagging in that 80%, they really have a preference to hire BSN credentialed nurses. So we really had to take a hard look at that, and really the workforce is driving us to adapt. And Delaware Tech provides more nurses for the local workforce than the other institutions combined. So it was a mission-driven decision to pursue a BSN, and to your point, it's historic. We're the only community college in the region to start the BSN. There's about 30 nationally in maybe 9 or 10 different states, but this is all workforce driven. This is what our employers are telling us they need, not just tomorrow, but years down the road. And we've adapted by creating the BSN, and we're accepting our first class in January of 2017.
Very exciting
Yes,
stuff.
it is.
Okay, well, we are out of time. Dr. Mark Brainard, the 5th president of the Delaware Technical Community College, thank you so much for being here.
Appreciate it.